Hello everyone, my name is Phawx, and welcome to this comprehensive review on the Steam Deck OLED. Thank you very much to Valve for sending this review sample my way. I've already done a very comprehensive look at how performance scales on this chip in a previous video. In this video, we're going to explore all of the other aspects that make the Steam Deck OLED stand out. The Steam Deck has cemented its position among other PC gaming handhelds, and rightly so, and now we're looking at what makes the Steam Deck OLED shine. From a performance angle, the Steam Deck OLED is designed to be in line with the original Steam Deck. However, what makes this a generational upgrade is similar to how the Switch OLED became the definitive version to get. But Valve took it as far as they could in every other direction where this isn't just an upgrade, but a significant leap in the realm of handheld PC gaming devices. The Steam Deck now comes in three price points: $400, $550, and $650. Each tier offers enhanced value compared to the previous models. The base model still features the LCD screen, but now comes with increased storage capacity of 256 gigabytes, a significant jump from the previous 64 gigabytes. This alone makes the entry-level model far more appealing to gamers who are looking for a cost-effective entry into the world of handheld gaming without compromising on essential storage needs. Moving to the mid-range and high-end models, we see the introduction of the new OLED screen. The model I've been exploring, particularly the 1TB tier, not only offers ample storage for an extensive gaming library, but also includes premium features like an etched glass screen and a specially designed carrying case. These additions not only enhance the aesthetic appeal, but also add to the overall durability and user experience. We'll touch on that more later. There's also a limited edition OLED model available for an extra $30. I actually bought this model today, and I'll be sacrificing my Steam Deck OLED for science. More on that later. One thing I'm happy to report on is that the limited edition Steam Deck OLED is still available 9 hours after going on sale. I'm happy this wasn't crazy limited and everyone clearly has had a chance to get it. This version features a transparent case with orange accents, giving it a unique and stylish look that sets it apart from the standard models. It's not just a cosmetic upgrade. The attention to detail in the design speaks volumes about the dedication to providing users with not just a gaming device, but a piece of technology that they can be proud to own. Dear Valve, please make more colorways available. Atomic Purple. The pricing strategy here is quite interesting. Valve has managed to offer significant upgrades without a steep increase in price, making the Steam Deck more accessible to a broader audience. The question, of course, is whether these upgrades justify the cost, especially for those who already own the previous model. This is a question I'll be exploring in depth as we move through this review. The display upgrade is perhaps the most striking feature of the OLED model. The screen size has been bumped up to 7.4 inches, and the reduced bezels mean more screen real estate for an immersive gaming experience. The OLED technology is a game changer in terms of visual quality. It provides deeper blacks, more vibrant colors, and a level of contrast that LCD screens simply cannot match. This is particularly noticeable in games with dark scenes where OLED displays shine by providing clearer and more detailed visuals. Support for HDR, high dynamic range, is another critical upgrade. HDR enhances the visual experience by expanding the range of both contrast and color significantly. This means brighter brights, darker darks, and a more comprehensive range of colors in between. The OLED Steam Deck is the first handheld gaming device to offer this feature, setting a new standard for handheld gaming displays. The panel itself is capable of going up to 1000 nits, which should qualify it to be HDR 1000 spec. However, there is a power cost to running HDR. This is really difficult to test, and right now the best example I can give is that when pushing brightness to the max, you can expect the panel to chew through an extra watt. It could very well be that the panel can go significantly higher than this, but due to how dynamic scenes are generally speaking, I don't think we'll see such extreme examples of vampiric battery drain. The last great thing that I want to talk about is that Valve is essentially offering a de facto standard for devs to target HDR and make it common and widespread. Low-cost portable HDR testing devices are actually pretty huge. The increased refresh rate, now at 90 Hz, up from the previous 60 Hz, is another notable improvement. This allows for smoother gameplay, especially in fast-paced games where every frame can make a difference. It's not just about how the game performs, but also about how it feels to play, and the higher refresh rate contributes significantly to a more responsive and enjoyable gaming experience. Coupled with the latest SteamOS improvements that join the FPS limiter and the screen refresh rate, the Steam Deck OLED will automatically choose the best option. So if you choose 30 FPS, the screen will run at 90 Hz. And if you choose 40 Hz, the screen will run at 80 Hz. If you decouple this, the lowest frequency supported on the screen is 45 Hz. Speaking on frequency, for those who might possibly be bothered by this, the Steam Deck OLED panel does seem to exhibit what could be defined as OLED PWM, what comes up as a rolling shutter on high-speed video recording. When putting the screen at its lowest setting of 45 Hz and lowering the brightness, you can easily make this worse. When pushing 90 Hz and pushing more brightness, this PWM effect is still happening, but the frequency on the eyes shouldn't be as upsetting. I am not personally bothered by PWM myself. Chances are, if you've used OLED phones before, you'd know if this bothers you or not. The last thing I want to talk about on the display is the different types of glass you can get. The mid-tier range offers straight glass for those who don't want to obstruct any of that OLED goodness. That would be for you. For people getting the 1TB model with etched glass, this will diffuse light a tiny degree. Blacks, of course, will remain black, but the anti-glare coating will diffuse lighting. One of the biggest benefits is that the etched glass offers its own form of fingerprint resistance to it as well, which in my opinion is a huge bonus. These improvements in display technology are not just about specs on paper. They translate into a tangible difference in everyday use. Whether you're playing a graphically intensive modern game or enjoying retro titles, the OLED screen brings a new level of depth and immersion to the gaming experience. At its core, the OLED Steam Deck's performance capabilities remain anchored by the Zen 2 4-core 8-thread APU, consistent with the previous model. The shift to a 6nm process is an advancement. This leap not only brings about a more compact and efficient chip, but also translates directly to enhanced battery life and overall system efficiency. The RAM upgrade is equally noteworthy. While the total capacity remains at 16 GB, the increase in bandwidth to 6400 megatransfers is important. Considering the APU's reliance on memory bandwidth for peak performance, this enhancement brings with it a marginal improvement. The last bit I want to dive into is a quick look at the BIOS, its options, and what they mean. Okay, we are going to take a brief tour at the BIOS right now, and for the most part, this is all pretty much very similar to how the Steam Deck is already, and the major difference here being that we are running at 6400 megatransfers on the RAM. That's basically the RAM running at 800 megahertz. For peripheral configuration, there pretty much is only one option here, and this is to do the TPM. This is the Trusted Platform Module. This is security parts. This is definitely needed on Windows 11, so if you want Windows 11 support, you're going to want that enabled. It's up to you to do what you want, but you can go ahead and leave that enabled. All of these are just how USB is supported on the system itself. For the most part, you can leave those to auto. Here is the audio DMIC clock control. This is the digital mic and what types of frequencies you want that to be running at. It defaults to 1.536 megahertz. Below that is the touch panel support, which you're probably going to want. The ALS support. Right here it says enabling, disabling, exposing of ALS hid in ACB ASL code to the OS. So the ALS is the ambient light sensors, so that is over here, and that would be exposing the ambient light sensors as a HID to the ACB using ASL, so the code that would be running to the ACB table itself. Basically, that's all it's saying. It's saying, do you want to enable these audio light sensors to be exposed as a HID device to ACB along with its power table? You're definitely going to want that enabled for the most part. A smart amp, typically I would think that this is going to be for the speakers themselves, so they'll be driving the speakers via this part. So you're saying, yes, enable that as a HID device. So this would be exposing it as a HID device that control the amp for the speakers. You have the audio codec support, which is also another type of thing that is going to be exposed to the ACB table. And power LED, so this is up here. This has changed a little bit on the Steam Deck OLED, and it has actually a nicer green effect. So it gives you a better indication of what the charge status is on everything. This little improvement over the original Steam Deck. IOMMU, this is set to disabled by default. This is only needed if you planned on doing any type of virtual machine. So IOMMU would be able to virtualize the GPU so that you could, in effect, if you're on Linux, right, and you want to do KVM, QEMU, you want to do a kernel-based virtual machine, and you wanted to expose the RDNA 2 GPU to the guest, your KVM guest, this is what you would need to be enabled. If you don't plan on doing any fancy virtual machine type of stuff, you can feel free to leave this disabled. This is the UMA buffer size. This is the reserve that is for the RAM. So we have 16 gigs of total RAM. 1 gig will be always reserved for the VRAM. That doesn't mean that you're limited to 1 gigabyte. It will balloon up. It's just that the aperture size of the UMA is set to 1 gigabyte at a minimum, meaning effectively the system sees 15 gigabytes of usable RAM with 1 gig devoted to VRAM. Now VRAM can balloon up over that. This can change. There are differences to performance, and you can kind of do with that as you wish. How Valve wants to approach it is by really keeping this as small as possible. So they have 1 gig all the time. Every time a BIOS update will come, it'll reset to 1 gig, and that's something that they want. For power control, it is set to auto. If you set manual, basically you can just cap the TDP to whatever you want. So basically you have a limit of 10 to 15 watts. You can see it up there. So there's not really much point to do manual unless you just wanted to physically hard cap down to 10 watts only and never allow it to go up to 15 watt. And then finishing it off here, we have our undervolting controls, which is also on the Steam Deck OLED, and we have our maximum undervolt that we can set to negative 50 millivolts. This is for all of them. CPU and GPU are most important. The SoC part of it is not as important. The big part here, if you're going to be setting these undervolts, is to definitely test all of these, all at different wattages, and preferably with as many APIs as possible to make sure that your system is going to be stable running at these undervolts. I'm going to go ahead and set that to negative 50 megavolts on my OLED model and see what happens here. This is our security. This is power. You can enter battery storage mode, auto boot on AC attach there. And I'm going to go ahead and save my changes because I just added those undervolts. And that is a look at the BIOS on the Steam Deck OLED. Battery life is a paramount consideration for any handheld device and something I've been championing for a long time now. In fact, I've said in the past that the Switch OLED is a generational upgrade if viewed through the lens of battery life increases, and the Steam Deck OLED impresses on this front. The 25% increase in battery capacity, coupled with the completely more efficient design, results in a device that lasts significantly longer on a single charge. My testing showed substantial improvements in endurance across various gaming scenarios, from intensive AAA titles to lighter indie games and emulators. What this means is that, from a worst-case scenario, pushing the device as hard as you can, you're looking at 2 hours and 25 minutes of battery life. A substantial improvement over the original Steam Deck, which was at 1 hour and 25 minutes. All the way to a best-case scenario where the Steam Deck OLED on lighter indie games now has an amazing 10 hours and 45 minutes of battery life. Again, a giant improvement over the original Steam Deck, which also has improved through software updates, standing at 7 hours and 45 minutes. What this means is that the Steam Deck OLED offers between 40 to 50% greater battery life over the original Steam Deck. This is a huge generational improvement. This improvement in battery life cannot be overstated. One of the most common concerns with handheld gaming devices is the anxiety around battery depletion, especially during long gaming sessions or while on the move. The Steam Deck OLED addresses this concern head-on, offering a level of battery longevity that sets a new standard in the PC handheld gaming market. Moreover, we get fast charging now, reducing downtime. This aspect, though often overlooked, is crucial when you need it most. The Steam Deck OLED's array of additional upgrades further solidifies its position as a leading handheld gaming device. The support for Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3 marks a significant step forward in connectivity. These advancements not only ensure faster and more stable online gaming experiences, but also open up new possibilities for wireless peripherals, enhancing their overall utility of the device. The reduction in weight, most likely thanks to the thinner OLED panel, is another astonishing improvement. Not only is the Steam Deck OLED lighter, but with a larger battery that's almost witchcraft. Batteries are easily the heaviest component on handhelds, and getting a reduction in weight with an increase in battery capacity is monumental. Kudos to Valve for this one. Internally, the larger and quieter fan is a testament to Valve's attention to detail. By improving the cooling system, the device maintains optimal performance without a ton of fan noise, which can be a significant detractor for many people. The streamlined teardown process is another nod to the device's design ethos, acknowledging the community's interest in customization and self-repair. The touchscreen improvements, particularly the increased polling rate, enhance the tactile response, making for a more enjoyable and interactive experience. This is especially noticeable in games and applications where touch input is heavily used. This is something that when you use it, it becomes immediately evident on how much better it is. The haptic engine also sees an update that offers a far more pronounced texture to it. This changes how rumble is felt on the device. Because rumble is emulated and not actually using rumble motors, Additionally, how it feels is a bit different. This is probably one area where it's very hard for me to qualify if this is an improvement or not. Regarding audio, I would not consider myself to be an audiophile. For me, the sound quality from the onboard speakers are perfectly fine and balanced, with no distortion, and can get quite loud. The Steam Deck OLED is a significant step forward in the world of handheld gaming. Its combination of improved display, extended battery life, and thoughtful design enhancements make it a standout choice for gamers looking for a portable yet powerful gaming device. For new users, it's an ideal entry point into handheld gaming, offering a high-quality turnkey experience right out of the box. For existing Steam Deck owners, the decision to upgrade will largely depend on their specific gaming needs and preferences. But for those who value extended battery life and a superior display, the OLED model is undoubtedly worth considering. If you felt that the Steam Deck's performance on newer games getting 30 FPS with some dips wasn't your cup of tea, the Steam Deck OLED isn't going to be attractive to you. Personally, I'm excited to see if HDR on the Steam Deck fosters improvements on games, as this is now a low-cost, universal way of testing HDR for games. For general consumers, whether you're contemplating an upgrade or are new to the world of handheld gaming, the Steam Deck OLED offers a compelling mix of performance, portability, ease of use, and attractive pricing. It is without a doubt the definitive PC gaming handheld to recommend for a variety of reasons. I hope this video was informative. As always, guys, thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.